have a good answer for. That's what you can't explain even after a year. To sit under oath and inform all of us that yes, I wanted it, yes, I permitted it, and that you are the true victim, attacked by guys for reasons unbeknown to you, is sick, is demented, is selfish, is stupid. It shows that you are willing to go to any length to discredit me and validate me and explain why it's okay to hurt me. You tried unyieldingly to save yourself, your reputation, at my expense. My family had to see pictures of my head strapped to a gurney full of pine needles, of my body in the dirt with my eyes closed, dress hiked up, limbs limp in the dark. And then, even after that, my family had to listen to your attorney say the pictures were after the fact. We can dismiss them. To say yes, her nurse confirmed there was redness and abrasions inside her. But that's what happens when you finger someone. And he's already admitted to that. To listen to him use my own sister against me. To listen to him attempt to paint a picture of me, the seductive party animal, as if somehow that would make it so that I had this coming for me. To listen to him say I sounded drunk on the phone because I'm silly and that's my goofy way of speaking. To point out that in the voicemail, I said I would reward my boyfriend, and we all know that what I was thinking. I assure you, my reward program is non-transferable, especially to any nameless man that approaches me. The point is, this is everything my family and I endured during the trial. This is everything I had to sit through silently, taking it while he shaped the evening. It is enough to be suffering. It is another thing to have someone ruthlessly working to diminish the gravity and validity of this suffering. But in the end, his unsupported statements and his attorney's twisted logic fooled no one. The truth won. The truth spoke for itself. You are guilty. 12 jurors convicted you guilty of 3 felony counts beyond reasonable doubt. That's 12 votes per count. 36 yeses confirming guilt. That's 100% unanimous guilt. And I thought finally it is over. Finally he will own up to what he did. Finally apologize. We will move on and get better. Then I read your statement. If you are hoping that one of my organs will implode from anger and I will die, I'm almost there. You are very close. Assault is not an accident. This is not a story of another drunk college hookup with poor decision-making. Somehow you still don't get it. Somehow you still sound confused. I will now take this opportunity to read portions of the defendant's statement and respond to them. You said, being drunk, I just couldn't make the best decisions, and neither could she. Alcohol is not an excuse. Is it a factor? Yes. But alcohol was not the one who stripped me, fingered me, had my head dragging against the ground with me almost fully naked. Having too much to drink was an amateur mistake that I admit to, but it is not criminal. Everyone in this room has had a night where they have regretted drinking too much, or knows someone close to them who has had a night where they have regretted drinking too much. Regretting drinking is not the same as regretting sexual assault. We were both drunk. The difference is, I did not take off your pants and underwear, touch you inappropriately, and run away. That's the difference. You said, quote, if I wanted to get to know her, I should have asked for her number rather than asking her to go to my room, end quote. I'm not mad, because you didn't ask for my number. Even if you did know me, I would not want to be in this situation. My own boyfriend knows me. But if he asked to finger me behind a dumpster, I would slap him. No girl wants to be in this situation. Nobody. I don't care if you know their phone number or not. You said, quote, I stupidly thought it was okay for me to do what everyone around me was doing, which was drinking. I was wrong, end quote. Again, you were not wrong for drinking. Everyone around you was not sexually assaulting me. You were wrong for doing what nobody else was doing, which was pushing your erect dick and your pants against my naked, defenseless body concealed in a dark area where partygoers could no longer see or protect me, and my own sister could not find me. Sipping Fireball is not your crime. Peeling off and discarding my underwear like candy wrapper to insert your finger in my body is where you went wrong. Why am I still explaining this? You said, quote, during the trial, I didn't want to victimize her at all. That was just my attorney and his way of approaching the case, end quote. Your attorney is not your scapegoat. He represents you. Did your attorney say something incredulously, infuriating, degrading things? Absolutely. He said you had an erection because it was cold. I have no words. You said, quote, you are in the process of establishing a program for high school and college students in which you speak about your experience to speak out against the college drinking culture and sexual promiscuity that goes along with that, end quote. Speak out against campus drinking culture? That's what we're speaking out against? You think that's what I spent the past year fighting for? Not awareness about campus sexual assault or rape or learning to recognize consent? Campus drinking culture. Down with Jack Daniels. Down with Sky Vodka. If you want to talk to high school kids about drinking, go to an AA meeting. You realize having a drinking problem is different than drinking, then forcefully trying to have sex with someone. Show men how to respect women, not how to drink less. Drinking culture and the sexual promiscuity that goes along with that. Goes along with that? Like a side effect? Like fries on the side of your order? Where does promiscuity even come into play? I don't see headlines that read, Brock Turner, guilty of drinking too much, and the sexual promiscuity that goes along with that. Campus sexual assault, that's your first PowerPoint slide. I have done enough explaining. You do not get to shrug your shoulders and be confused anymore. You do not get to pretend that there were no red flags. You do not get to know why you ran. You have been convicted of violating me with malicious intent, and all you can admit to is consuming alcohol. Do not talk about the sad way your life was upturned because alcohol can make you do bad things. Figure out how to take responsibility for your conduct. Lastly, you said, quote, I want to show people that one night of drinking can ruin a life, end quote. Ruin a life. One life, yours. You forgot about mine. Let me rephrase for you. I want to show people that one night of drinking can ruin two lives, you and me. You are the cause, I am the effect. You have dragged me through this hell with you. Dipped me back into that night again and again. You knocked down both our towers. I collapsed at the same time you did. Your damage was concrete, stripped of titles, degrees, and enrollment. My damage was internal, unseen. I carry it with me. You took away my worth, my privacy, my energy, my time, my safety, my intimacy, my confidence, my own voice, until today. See, one thing we have in common is that we are both unable to get up in the morning. I am no stranger to suffering. You made me a victim. In the newspapers, my name was Unconscious Intoxicated Woman. 10 syllables, and nothing more than that. For a while I believed that this was all I was. I had to force myself to relearn my real name, my identity, to really relearn that this is not all that I am. That I'm not just a drunk victim at a frat party found behind a dumpster, while you are the all-American swimmer at a top university, innocent until proven guilty, with so much at stake. I am a human being who has been irreversibly hurt, who waited a year to figure out I was worth something. My independence, natural joy, gentleness, and steady lifestyle I had been enjoying became distorted beyond recognition. I became closed off, angry, self-depreciating, tired, irritable, empty. The isolation at times was unbearable. You could not give me back the life I had before that night either. While you worry about your shattered reputation, I refrigerated spoons every night so when I woke up, my eyes were puffy from crying. I would hold the spoons to my eyes to lessen the swelling so that I could see. I showed up an hour late to work every morning, excused myself to cry in the stairwells. I can tell you all the best places in the building to cry, where no one can hear you. The pain becomes so bad that I had to tell my boss I was leaving. I needed time because continuing day to day was not possible. I used my savings to go as far away as I could possibly be. I can't sleep alone at night without having a light on, like a 5-year-old, because I have nightmares of being touched where I cannot wake up. I did this thing where I waited until the sun came up, and I felt safe enough to sleep. For 3 months, I went to bed at 6 o'clock in the morning. I used to pride myself on my independence. Now I'm afraid to go on walks in the evening, to attend social events when drinking among friends, where I should feel comfortable being. I have become a little barnacle, always needing to be at someone's side, to have my boyfriend standing next to me, sleeping beside me, protecting me. It's embarrassing how feeble I feel, how timidly I move through life, always guarded, ready to defend myself, ready to be angry. You have no idea how hard I've worked to rebuild parts of me that are still weak. It took me 8 months to even talk about what happened. I could no longer connect with friends, with everyone around me. I would scream at my boyfriend, my own family, whenever they brought this up. You never let me forget what happened to me. At the end of the hearing, the trial, I was too tired to speak. I would leave drained, silent. I would go home, turn off my phone, and for days I would not speak. You bought a ticket to a planet where I lived by myself. You bought me a ticket to a planet where I lived by myself. Every time a new article came out, I lived with the paranoia that my entire hometown would find out and know me as the girl who got assaulted. I didn't want anyone's pity, and I'm still learning to accept victim as part of my identity. You made my own hometown as an uncomfortable place to be. Someday, you can pay me back for my ambulance ride and therapy. But you cannot give me back my sleepless nights. The way I have broken down sobbing uncontrollably if I'm watching a movie and a woman is harmed, to say it lightly. This experience has expanded my empathy for other victims. I have lost weight from stress, When people would comment, I told them I'd been running a lot.